Namaste. This is Swami Prabodhananda, the General Secretary of International Vedanta Society. It's my pleasure to be here online in YouTube, on live in YouTube, to present Bhagavad Gita. So, thank you very much for for participating in this live event, and I have not received any letter last week, probably because you all were busy, or maybe because I don't have the chance to respond to your letters. That is why you probably have not written to me. But I don't know whether this is going to be any better, because the work in Varanasi is increasing. People are increasing, and the work in Varanasi is increasing. Now we are doing like 3 to 4 classes. 3 online events are there, and then from the morning we have people coming into the ashram, and there are other activities also which are going on in the ashram. So if you can, if you want, you can write to me, and probably I am going to respond to you in these classes, because I hope that people who write to me, they also attend these classes. So I will I have the chance to read those, and so I can respond to you. Since I can see that some of you have come, and there are others who have not yet connected. So we have some time. So let us meditate for some time, as we do every day, and then we start this discourse. Thank you very much. Namaskar, Shulakaji, Meli Pranam, and Reshamji Pranam. Welcome to this live program of Bhagavad Gita Discourses. So we are studying this 3rd chapter. The 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita is Karma Yoga. Bagus Pranam. Thank you very much for your support. Every day you post all this, in the groups. So thank you very much. So the 3rd chapter is all about, Karma Yoga, and we are studying this Karma Yoga. So basically, in Karma Yoga, Krishna had talked about unattachment. The importance of unattachment. You need to be unattached from everything. If you want to engage yourself in Karma Yoga, this is a very, very clear principle. So if you are attached to anything, Kaveri Pranam. So if you are attached to anything, either either your body or mind or intellect or ego or your senses or these sense objects or the world. So karma yoga cannot be performed. So basically, Krishna had shown us the importance of the importance of uh, of unattachment. Number one, and number two is, you know, uh, interdependence. This is something which is very important in, in this chapter. As we go further, we will see how everything in this world is interdependent. Everything is important. It's not, it's not about me. We all are so much concerned about our own, our own interest, our own existence, our own life, our own living. Nivedita Pranam. This is what we are all interested in. We spend the entire life only by thinking about ourselves. So Krishna is saying that, your life is not only your life. You are getting support from everything. You are getting support from every aspect of this universe. So when the universe is supporting you, your priority also should be to support the universe. And that is why you should work not for yourself, but for the, betterment of this world. You should always share your, you know you should always share whatever you are receiving from your karmas, from your life. You should be always ready to share them. And if you don't share them, then you are a thief. You are just stealing things from the nature. You're stealing things from people. And if you are a thief, then you will also get punishment, and that punishment is called sufferings. Okay. So, you know we will, as we go further, we'll see that this is how it is. Everybody of us should always know of sharing, the importance of dedicating, the importance of sacrifice. And that is why Krishna, last in our last discourse, we have seen Krishna had described the works as, Devashish Pranam. Krishna has described the works to be like yajna. That is, that is yajna means things, a sacrifice, a Vedic sacrifice or a Vedic ritual where you only do for others. You don't receive anything from yajna. So this is how, the karma should be, the life should be. So the last verse that we had read last discourse, it was this. Ishtana bhogana vo deva dashanti yagga bhavitaha tair dattana pradayevo bhunjate stena evasa. What does it mean? That if you are not prepared, if you are not prepared to dedicate what you get, if you're not prepared to dedicate what you have in your life or what you receive to the universe or to the deva or to the gods, then you are a thief. If you only if you only receive things only for yourself, then you are a thief. So that is what he had said, and that is where we had concluded our discourse. So now we are going further. He says yagga shishta shino shanto muchante sarva kilvishai. But Indrandi Pranam. But if you dedicate, if you dedicate or sacrifice, in this yajna, in this sacrifice, if you dedicate things to this world, and then whatever is left, and then if you take it, first of all, you need to serve the interest of the universe, not yourself. We work to serve the interest of ourselves, and that is why at the end of our life we see that our interest is not served at all. We all remain, dissatisfied. We all remain incomplete. Okay, why is it? Because we have worked only to satisfy ourselves. We have worked only to gain for ourselves, to enjoy for ourselves. Here Krishna says that first of all, you need to work for the universe. You need to give things to the universe. and then whatever is left, that is what you need to take. And we are doing exactly the opposite, and we are not we are not doing the opposite also, because whatever is left after we receive it, we just keep it for ourselves, for the future. We don't give. We don't have this, we don't have this habit of sharing. We don't have this habit of giving. If you see this whole world, if you see this, all the other creatures, all the other species, you will see that every species thinks about the other species. Shankar Babu pranam, Shekhar Ghoshji pranam. Everybody, everybody thinks about the other species. They think about other creatures, but we, the human being, we don't think about others. We don't think about our fellow human beings also. We don't think about our neighbors. We don't think about our relatives, our friends. We only think about ourselves. This is the difference. We need to change this. We need to change this habit. We need to follow the law of this universe, and that is what Krishna is saying. Yagga shishta shino santo muchante sarvakil vishay. If you give, if you dedicate, first of all, if you dedicate to this world, to this universe, and then you receive it. First of all, you need to dedicate, and then whatever is left, then you receive it yourself. Then what happens? You become santo. You become a sage. You become a sage. You become an enlightened person. You become a wise person. This is how wisdom is going to come. First of all, think about others. First of all, do for others. Do for this universe. Think about this universe. Okay? And then take it for yourself. Okay? So it says that one who does this is a santo, is a sage, a wise man. And muchanti sarvakil vishayi. And all his sins, all his darkness, all his sufferings, they are all cleansed. There is, it is the only way to cleanse all your sins. It's the only way to cleanse all your sufferings, all your pain, all your mental disturbances, all your mental distortions, is to first of all share everything to the universe, and then receive it. Yagga shishta shina shanto muchante sarvakil vishay bhunjate te twagam papa ye pachanta atma karanat. He says the one who only cooks for himself. Just think, we also do the same thing. We cook only for ourselves. Do you cook for others? Have you ever cooked for others, so that others can come and without interest, without selflessly? Have you done that? Most of us didn't. We only do things for ours. If we invite somebody to our house, that is also to serve our own interest. That is also because we are supposed to do it, because when in need, then these people are going to support us, and that is why we do it. That is also for interest, for our selfish, for our selfish ends. It's not our habit. It's not our nature. Our nature is to just cook for ourselves, and that's it. But he says, "Bhunjate te twagam papa ye pachanta atma karanat." One who cooks only for himself, he is going to acquire only sins. Most of the time we complain, why me? Why I am suffering? Most of the time, this is one of our very common question, very common inquiry. Why I am suffering? Why I am, feeling this pain? Why? Because I have not done anything wrong. You have done anything wrong, but you have not obeyed the law of nature. You have gone against the nature. The trees they first of all they give fruits to you. They don't take those fruits. The sun, the moon, the water, everything is there to satisfy you. What are you giving to this world? What are you giving to this world? Nothing. Nothing. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to dedicate everything to this universe. If you cook, cook as if, cook so that 1 or 2% can have it, who does not serve your own interest. Do this in this way, at least think about others. And that is the only way by which you are going to, you're going to cleanse from all your sins. And if you do things only for yourself, I'm working for myself, I'm doing this for myself, my family. So then what happens? Bhunjate te twagam papa, ye pachanta atma karanat. If you're doing things for yourself, when he says, cooking for yourself means doing everything for yourself. When you're cooking for yourself means it's just an allegory. The thing is that a person who does everything for himself, to satisfy the interest of his, then what happens? Then he is acquiring a lot of sins, and that is what we acquire sins and we suffer. Okay, now he is giving Krishna is showing the relationship. What is the relationship we have with this nature? How this nature is supporting us. Annat bhavati bhutani. Anna means food. Baparita Pranam. Shankar Babu Pranam. Shekhar Babu Pranam. So, we all need food. That is called Anna. Anna, Annat bhavanti bhutani. All this universe means, when it talks about bhutani means, the creatures, the living beings. The living beings are all made of food. Anya, food. And how does this food comes? Annat bhavati bhutani parjanya anna samudbhava. And the food happens only by rain. If there is no rain, there is no food. Understand? So, the food that you are getting now, every day is given to you by the rains. If the rains does not come, even you can pay, $1 million, the food is not going to be there in your plate. It's only because this priceless rain, you don't buy rains. You cannot buy rains. I can pay. What will you pay? What will you pay? How much money do you have? Can you buy rains? Can you buy the sunshine? Can you buy the clouds? Can you buy these winds? Can you buy oxygen? This oxygen that you're taking every time. Can you buy that? Can you buy this breath that you're having, prana? Can you buy that? Is there any cost of this? I have this much money and I'm going to buy my breath, and everybody is going to be immortal. It's not possible. You cannot buy one breath more than the breath that has been given to you. So it's not about money. Bhagavad Gita teaches us it's not about this worldly this prosperity. It's not about worldly, material wealth, which really matters. It's about your, about the divine wealth. It's about the divine wealth. It's about the wealth of this nature that you need to understand. And if you don't understand that, you're going to lose. And that is why, human beings are the greatest losers. They are the greatest. Today it's Corona and everybody is inside the house, There's no way that you can get out. See the other elements, they're all fine. We are human beings. We are all scared. We're all scared. What is going to happen? What is going to happen? People are fighting. China and India, and China is trying to encroach the land and this and that. Why? Only because of fear. Only because of fear. Only because of selfishness. People are selfish. We have got a land, but we don't. We cannot stay there. We cannot be satisfied. We want more. That guy has more, so I need to snatch it from him. Greed. People are, we are all greedy people. We are all greedy people. But we need to change our our nature. We need to change our habit. And that is what Krishna is saying. Annad bhavati bhutani parjanya anna samudbhava. This food that you are taking is not coming to you because you have purchased this food. No, it is coming because of rain. If there was no rain, then you can have like millions and millions of dollars, but it's not going to help you. Annat bhavanti bhutani parjanna anna samudbhava yagyat bhavati parjanno. From how does this rain comes? The rain comes because of yagya, because of sacrifice. Okay, because of sacrifice of all, all respect, sacrifice of all respect. This Vedic sacrifice, this rain comes because of sacrifice, because of this, yagya. So annat bhavanti bhutani, I need food, and the food, and everybody of us, we need food. This food comes from rain. And how does this rain come? Rain comes from yagya. Okay, and then yagyat bhavanti parjanno yagya karma samudbhavam. And this yagya comes from karma. This is so important. This is the karma. This is the real karma. This is the real karma. This karma, this action which has been done to sacrifice, to give, the action which has been done to give has produced rain, and that rain has produced food, and that food is the lifeline for all of us. So this, whatever lifeline we have, that also is coming from sacrifice through karma. Okay, so annad bhavanti bhutani parjannad anna samudbhava yagyat bhavanti parjanno, yagyat bhavati parjanno yagya karma samudbhavam. This yagya has come from karma. Now karma brahmodbhavam vidhi. Now this karma, where did this karma come? This karma has come from the Vedas, because in the Vedas there is this written yagya. It's there. The three things that the Vedas teaches us is yagya, dana, and tapa. Yagya means to this Vedic sacrifice. Dana means to give, to donate, to give, to sacrifice. That also to give. And tapa, always to be tough mentally and physically, to be tougher than the tough, to be tougher than this nature, to be tough in such a way that you can withstand all the challenges that the nature poses to you. Okay, so these three are the main teachings of the Veda: yagya, dana, and tapa. Okay, so it says, uh, karma brahmodbhavam vidhi. Karma has come from Vedas. Yeah, here the word Brahma means Veda. Okay, karma brahmodbhavam vidhi. Brahma akshara samudbhavam, and this Vedas has come from the immutable. The Vedas has come from the indestructible self. So this whole our existence is connected with that indestructible, immortal, buttless self in this way. We are all connected to this buttless self in this way, that our life comes from food comes from rain comes from yagya comes from karma comes from Vedas, and Vedas comes from from Brahma, that the indestructible self, the immortal self. So our karmas and our everything, our existence is all interrelated. They're all related to the self. Okay, so uh, 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 yagya, karma brahmodbhavam vidhi, brahma brahma akshara samudbhavam, tasmat tasmat sarvagatam brahma nitya yagyam pratishtitam. And this is how this this Veda, this is how this immortal self, this is how this immortal self is connected with, is connected with yagya, is connected with karma, is connected with our life. This is how this immortal self is connected to us through the Vedas, and then through the sacrifice, and then through the karmas, and thus through our life. Okay, so the life that we live, the life that we live is only interdependent, is always interdependent. Everybody is supplementing us to live. So we should always, think about that. And while we want to acquire something, we should always think that the real accomplishment happens only when I can sacrifice. Okay, so that is what. Then he says, "Evam pravartitam chakram nanu vartayati ya aghayo indriya ramo mogham partha sajivati." He says, a person who does not follow this cycle that I've given now, that the food comes from rain, the rain comes from yagya comes from karma comes from from Vedas, and Vedas comes from the immutable self, and that I am that immutable self. So I, in this way, I am. It's a circle. It's a circle. I come into existence because of food, but that food is also coming from rain. That rain comes from yagya. That yagya comes from karma. That karma comes from Vedas, and that Vedas also comes from me. So this is a circle. So one should always understand this circle. They should always understand this cycle, that I am not a individual soul. I am not an abstract. I am the whole. I'm connected to the whole, everything. So, when I'm thinking about my own existence, it means the existence of this entire universe. When I'm thinking about my own good, I should think about the good of the entire universe. If I think about only my own self, then, this is not going to happen. I'm breaking this cycle. And if I break this cycle, what happens? Aghayu indriya rama mogham partha sajivati. If I don't evam pravartitam chakra ya nanu vartati ya. If, this cycle that has been given by me in this Bhagavad Gita, if a person does not, adhere to this law, then what happens? Aghayu indriya rama mogham partha sajivati. He only spends his whole life in following these sensual desires. If his entire life is spent only by following these desires, and that's it, and his whole life is a wastage. He wastes his life. That's all. He cannot make his life constructive. He makes his life destructive. Okay, so evam pravartitam karma ya nanu vartati ya aghayu indriya rama mogham partha sajivati. Now he says, yastvat atma rati reva, but one who is sincere to the self, if a person is not, following this cycle, that means he is not sincere to the self. He's sincere to the body, because he's trying to, because the body is different. My body, his body, they're different. So if I identify myself as a body, then only I will do everything for this body. But when I identify myself as the self, then the self is one. So everything that I see is all self. Everybody that I see is all myself. So when I'm thinking about well-being, it's not the well-being of myself, it is the well-being of everybody. So when I'm thinking about well-being, I need to work in such a way which brings well-being to everybody, not only to me. Okay, not only to me. So if I can do this in that way, that is how I have I have obeyed this law. And if I don't, if I think that I am just a separate, a separate self, I can only be separate only I can only be separate only when I can think myself as a body, or a mind, or an intellect, or an ego. That's all, because these are the one which are seen to be different. But the self is never seen to be different, because when you see yourself, you don't see any other things. You don't see any other things. There is no duality. The duality ceases. You come to the state of non-duality. Non-duality. There's only one. Okay. So here Krishna says that yastvat atma rati reva. But if a person is very sincere, to his own self, and when he is very sincere to his own self, then syadatma triptascha manava. And this man is very, very satisfied being his self. If a man is sincere, if a man is sincere to his self, and not only that, and if he is completely, satisfied being his self, he doesn't need anything. So when I am the self, I am not this body. I am the self of all. I'm the self of all. I am everything. I'm everything. I'm not this body alone. Yastvat atma rati reva syadatma triptascha manava atman naiva hi santushto. If a man is like this, then what happens? He is happy. He is happy only in the self, because when he is the self, when he is sincere to the self, then and when he's sincere to the self, and when he's very happy being the self, then what happens? Whatever karma he does, he cannot do anything for himself. He always does things for everybody, which helps everybody. He always brings well-being to everybody. All his karmas brings well-being to everybody. So a person whose karmas brings well-being to everybody, what happens? Then atmanaiva hi santushto. This self provides everything to him, whatever he needs. And that is why it's called the path of the wise. This is called the path of the wise. All your desires, all your shortcomings, everything that you wish, everything is fulfilled by the self only when you work for the well-being of the self, or for everybody. Because you are omnipresent. You are omnipresent. You are not this body alone. You are not only in this body alone. One of the realizations that you will have after you have attained enlightenment is this, that you are not the body, and you don't stay in this body alone. You are everywhere. You are in everything. You are not only in this body, you are in everything, everywhere. That is what you are going to, that is what you are going to realize. Okay, that is what you are going to realize. So if you do everything for others, and if you knowing that everything is me, everybody is me. Yastvat atma rati reva syadatma triptascha manava. And only by being everybody, only by being the whole, the totality, the self, I'm very, very satisfied. I'm not satisfied only by being this small self, this limited self, this limited body. I'm very, very happy being everything. I'm very, very happy being everything. If I can do this, if I can do it, yastvat atmarati reva, if I'm if I'm sincere to myself in such a way that whatever I do only for the self. And while I say this, that I'm doing only for the self, means the self is everything, the self is everywhere, the self is in everybody. So I am doing things which is going to benefit everybody. Then if I do this, then what happens? Atmaneva hi santushto. Everything that he needs, all his needs, are are satisfied by the self, within the self. We are stupids. We try to fulfill our needs in the external world, but the external world is not the place from where your needs are going to fulfill, because the external world itself is full of needs. Everybody is running. Everybody is running. You see the world. Everybody is running. So in this great run, where are you? Where is your well-being? If you have this well-being, there will be somebody who is running after you to take that well-being out of you. So this is not where you are going to get well-being. And the person who attains well-being in the external world cannot sustain it. It's only transitory for some time, for 1 minute or for 1 day or 1 month, because there is always another person who is behind you, who is also running for that which is making you happy now. And at one point he's going to come and he's going to snatch it away from you, and there is no way that you can resist. Why? Because you have also done it from somebody else. So what you have done it from somebody else, that is what is going to happen with you. Okay, so when when this is going to happen, then because that I have done it by doing it from others, by snatching it from other, by taking it, forcefully taking it, or by taking it anyway, by stealing it, by doing anything, I've just snatched it from others. When I've done this, you are always in fear that somebody else is going to do it for you. And that is why, if the accomplishment that you had is never going to give you happiness. Why? Because of this fear that is always within you. Because you have also snatched it from others. So somebody else is going to come and he is going to, take it away from you today or tomorrow. So the external world is not the place where you are going to get, happiness. Then where will I get happiness? You're going to get happiness only within yourself. This is where the real happiness lies. This is where the real peace lies. This is where the real bliss, prosperity, well-being lies. Not outside, within. It's within. So, look within yourself. Go within yourself. Go within yourself. Dive into yourself. Dive into yourself. Stay there. Stay there. Atmanaivatmana tushta. Atmanaivatmana tushta. Just by being in yourself, be happy. Be satisfied by being in yourself. I don't need anything. This need that we have, which takes us away from this, away into this world, which takes us outside, try to understand that these needs are not going to be fulfilled outside. If you really want to fulfill these needs will also attain their fulfillment by being within yourself. By being in yourself. That is why, learn to meditate. Learn to be calm, quiet, silent for some time in your day. For some time in your day, don't do anything. Try to be quiet, calm. Try to be quiet, calm, Feel yourself. Feel yourself. Feel yourself. Feel yourself. I am he. I am he. I am he. Shoham. 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 I am that self. I am that self. I am the self. I am the self. I am the self. I am Atma Brahma. I am Atma Brahma. I am Atma Brahma. Myself is the universal self. I am the universal self. I am the universal self. This I, it is not the ego. This I is the universal self. Be there, If you need anything, just be there. Be there. Atmanaiva hi santushto. Be there. Be in the self. Don't try to fulfill your needs by going outside, because that is not the place to fulfill your needs. You go outside and you just lose. You lose. If you really want to gain, be there. Atmanaiva hi santushto. What happens? Tasya karyam na vidyate. So one who is always within myself, and one is, one who have not gone outside into this external world, who is always within myself, he is satisfied in every respect, being myself. And that is why, because he is satisfied, he does not need to work, because these karmas are there only to, fulfill my needs. Saha yagya praja shrishta puro vacha prajapati anena prashavadvam esha wo shrishta kama duk. The person who has created this world, he said that I'm giving you this karma. Take this karma and go and get, and fulfill and go and get your desires. So the karmas are the tools by which my desires are going to fulfill. But when I'm going to, when I'm using my karmas to fulfill my desires, I see none of my desires are getting fulfilled. The only thing that is happening is that my desires are getting multiplied. I had one desire, and after some time I see I have thousands and thousands of desires. None of my desires are getting fulfilled. They're only multiplying every day with every passing of time, So he says, one who is always within himself, then all his desires are fulfilled. And because all his desires are fulfilled, he does not need to do any work. He does not need to do any work. Tasya karyam na vidyate. He does not need to do any work. Okay? He's free. He's free. He's free. Freedom. He feels this freedom. And that is what Karma Yoga is all about. Karma Yoga tells you that you have to do karma, but do karma in such a way. How to do karma? The karmas are done only, only with this aim, as if these karmas are with this intention that karma is a yajna. It's done for others. And when you do for others, then you see that your own identity is not yourself. It's also everybody. Then you don't do for others. You are actually doing for yourself. And when you are doing for yourself, then what happens? Every desires, every needs that you have, they're all fulfilled. And you don't need to work anymore. You don't need to work anymore. Everything is getting fulfilled. Okay? So this is it's beautiful. So yastvat atma rati reva syadatma triptascha manava atmanaiva cha santushto tasya karyam na vidyate. And then what he says? Naiva tasya kritenartho. Naiva tasya kritenartho means, there is nothing for which he needs to work. There is nothing for which he needs to work, because everything for which he works is all attained. Na krite neha kashchana. And if he doesn't work, Then also there is nothing which will not be attained. If he's always remaining within himself, is always satisfied in himself, when he's completely satisfied in himself, what happens? Naiva tasya krite nartho. There is nothing which he needs to do. There's no responsibility. There's no duty. Na krite nehat kashchana. And there is nothing which has to be done, or there is nothing which is not done by him. Even means only by being in himself, he has done everything. Naiva tasya krite nartha na krite neha kashchana. He does not need to do any work. He does not have any work. But even if he does not do any work, there is no work left for him. Every work has been accomplished. Every work has been accomplished. Naiva tasya krite nartha na krite neha kashchana na chasya sarva bhuteshu kaschid artha vyapashraya. And there is nothing in this world, which needs to be attained by him. He has attained everything. Okay? Yang labdha chaparam labham manyate nadikam tata yasmin stitena dukhena bhunapi vichalyate. This self-knowledge, this being in the self is such a thing where you receive everything. Okay? So today we are going to stop here. Thank you very much. For the next, today is Tuesday. I'm trying to, I'm thinking of changing these dates from Monday, or Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. If it is okay with you, please tell me. Okay, because I have to spend more time in the ashram. And those dates I need to stay there. So if it is Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, is it okay for you? Please tell me. Okay. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Thank you.